As a portfolio manager, a former tax lawyer, a speaker, guest lecturer, and mother of three, all the views and the information that I present in these videos are my ideas. They're mine. And I am doing it for the purpose of helping enhance people's comfort level and knowledge when it comes to money and their finances. So for those who watched the video where I covered the question that I got from someone who said, I've started investing late, how do I catch up? And I described what the basic investment formula is. How do you develop wealth that can compound? And I said that that formula is basically the amount that you have to save and invest, the return that you can make on that amount, beware of risk, and there's much more that goes into that, but your return, and then the amounts that can take away from that amount, namely taxes or fees that result in your net amount, which is what is able to grow and compound over time. So that is the basic breakdown of how you should think about your investments. And if you're trying to catch up or make something go faster, you either have to have more ins or fewer outs, right? More ins meaning more goes in, it grows more, higher return, or less comes out. And I wanted to close the loop because in that video, I also mentioned financial planning. And it stayed with me because some people are not, it seems to me that some people are not sure what financial planning is, number one. And financial planning can be very useful. So as a portfolio manager, that's not directly what I do. There are registered financial planners. In Quebec especially, you need a certain registration to be a financial planner. And the role of a financial planner isn't the person who manages your investments. It's someone who can give you a sense of how much money you have now and what that money will look like given what you're earning and what you're spending over the course of your life. So that's the role of a financial planner. And what I wanted to also say in this quick video is to introduce that financial planning also comes down to somewhat basic formula of ins and outs. So while I think it can be very useful to see those numbers black on white on the paper in terms of how much money you will have and at what age you will either run out of money or how much you will have upon the age of your life expectancy for your estate. So just to see what that looks like over time, it's also very useful to just understand the ins and outs. So when it comes to financial planning, to get a better result, so to have the latter one where there's an amount left over for your estate versus it going down to nothing over the course of your life, you either have to have more ins or less outs. And so in this case, the ins are your earnings or your assets, right? So an asset is something that you own, not necessarily something that's generating income, but it could, if you own a home, that is an asset, which eventually you could sell and add to your portfolio. So in a financial plan, that could be relevant. But overall, your ins are your assets and what you earn, including your income, your portfolio, other perhaps real estate, or other valuable assets you might own. And then the outs are what you spend. So it's your cost of living, it's any of the large amounts that you spend, the small amounts that can add up. And so in order to optimize your financial plan, even before seeing a financial planner, think about your life in terms of the ins and outs. And always, I'd encourage people to don't be too strict or hard on yourself, and getting a financial plan might lead you to realize you don't need to change a thing. So that's also very useful information. But for anyone who's wondering, in terms of making your investments go farther, catching up because ultimately the investments are one element that will go into your financial plan. And that's kind of why it's important to think about catching up. The idea is you want to have more come in and less come out so that end result your net income or your estate looks better. Please let me know if you have questions. Let me know if you thought this was helpful, and have a great day.